Right. Are you ready? I'm nervous actually. I haven't done an interview for ages, so. Right. Let me get the questions ready. Okay. Oh god, I'm scared. I'm scared. Hello? Hello? Anybody there? Can you hear me? If your mic and webcam aren't working, because... Oh, there we go. I can see you.
Yeah, is this work?
Yes, it's working. Hold on, let me get you on the stream. Give me a sec. Dun, 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 dun. Setting everything up is live is a pain in the butt. There we go. Hold on. Here we go. I'm nearly there. I've almost done it. There. Nice. Yeah. I need to turn you up a little bit. Give me a sec. How do I turn you up? Oh, there we go. Okay. Is it all good?
Yep, all good on my end. I'm just pretending I can see you.
Is everything okay on the stream, guys? Can you hear her? Is everything good? Can you hear her okay? Do I need to turn down the music or anything? Let me know, please. And then we'll get straight into it. Are you at home right now or at the office? Oh, it's a weekend, isn't it?
I am going to the office later, but it's a little early. I'm still like having my morning tea, so I'm still at home right now.
What time is it? What time is it there?
It's 8:30 in the morning. Oh. So weekends I go in a little bit later than that.
Yeah. When I went to LA in December, oh my god. My sleep schedule when I got back was really bad because like it's 8 hours behind, isn't it? So
8 hours is pretty miserable.
Yeah,
so
you're
almost exactly off all the time.
Yeah, so when it was like 10 p.m, it was 2 in the afternoon. So I could not get to sleep for weeks. It took me a solid month to fix my sleep schedule. So it was crazy, but it was worth it. It was worth it. So
yeah.
Anyway, how are you for a start? I haven't asked how you are.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Well, I had to wax my legs, so my legs are still.
I did watch that. Yeah, the wax of 87.
My legs are the wax of 87 exactly.
Yeah,
it's turned down the music.
To be honest, girls do this like all the time. So.
What is it? Is it? Are your legs that hairy though?
No, that's fair. They're not.
Like
that's true.
I'm surprised because I did it last year as well, and like I was surprised how fast it grew back, but. You could see the patch for ages, like in the summer, like months after the stream, when I was walking around in my shorts.
Quite high contrast on your legs.
Yeah,
because of the rest of the
yeah, exactly. Because I got really pale legs, and I've got black hair, so like you could really see it. And when I was walking on the streets and stuff, literally everybody was looking at my legs, like, what the hell? Why has he done that? So. That was lovely to go through. I don't have to go through it again this year, so great. Anyway, shall I ask you some questions?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Because I asked I think it was last week, about a week ago, I asked on Twitter for questions. I'll obviously ignore the where's Plush Trap and stuff like that. Don't worry.
I know so many of them are where's Plush Trap. Plush Trap, he will be coming, guys. He will be coming.
Yeah.
I can't tell you when, but the roster of animatronics coming up, I think it's going to be so exciting. We're doing some really exciting kind of sets of animatronics in the future, and I think that the fans will be really happy. And trust me, when Plush Trap comes, he'll be totally worth the wait. So
nice. Yeah, because I have noticed you've done them in sets, because you've done them like in toy animatronics. So you've got Toy Chica was first, and Toy Bonnie. It looks like Toy Freddy's coming because of the teaser. You don't have to confirm it, but you know the picture that you showed in the office, it looked like Toy Freddy. And we got an email, I think it was today or yesterday, and they spoke about Toy Freddy, so it seems like he's coming, so we won't say anything else, but
yeah, I feel like you can use your powers of deduction on that one.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So I saw this one, and actually, I think FNAF AR, the Twitter account, actually replied to this one. So I don't know whether they want to respond or not. But somebody, Spence, asked, who runs the Twitter account? Do you?
Oh.
Or is it somebody secret? Is it Scott?
It's not Scott. I can confirm that it's not Scott. It's someone in the company. You know, there was a time where basically every marketing function was just me for like everything. Like we would pretend it was different people. I mean, that's like being in a startup, right? You're sort of like all the different functions at once. But since we've grown, we have someone who isn't me currently running the Twitter account. She's doing a beautiful job. Yeah, she is. She's replying to a lot of tweets, which is amazing. We love talking to the community. Like, this is the highlight. Like, you know, I love it. Yeah, you've been really interactive with the community on the Reddit as well. I remember I think it was before the trailer came out, there was like a hidden Reddit account, like a top secret Reddit account. He was like teasing things. The Looking Glass account? Yeah, the Looking Glass. Was that you or somebody? Was that your idea? We had so much fun with that. The community, like, I had no expectation at all that it was gonna kind of take the life of its own that it did. I think when we did that first, like, new phone who dis, that was, I actually think that might have been the most exciting day for me, even including launch, just because it was so unexpected. We just thought it was like a little teaser. No one was really talking about the AR game. We just wanted to kind of get it out there that this is something that we're building. We're putting a lot of you know, love and energy into. We just wanted the community to kind of be aware, and it just took off, and everyone was talking about it. And when it finally got pinned, and they were like, I don't know if this is a hoax or not a hoax. Yes. If it is, it's the best hoax ever. I was like, yes, this is like the highlight of my life happening right now. Yeah, I'll just let you know the reason why. The reason why so many people were like, I don't trust this account, is because in the space of nearly 6 years, there's been so many like fake posts about things like in the past. So like literally anything now we always like take with a grain of salt. But as soon as the trailer dropped, and I think it was the one, it wasn't the it was one where it was on the table, wasn't it? The phone was on the table. Oh, the teaser, yeah. And then Freddy popped up in the shadow in the background. And there were still people saying that they didn't believe it. I saw comments on my videos saying, oh, I don't believe it. It's still a hoax. I don't believe it. But then as soon as... you were one of the early believers. I vividly remember, because that day we were all just like, none of us did work. Like, we were just watching this happen before our eyes. And when we were like, oh my God, Dawko posted a video about our thing. And I remember watching it and you being like, you guys, it's totally real. And I was like, you've been pretty spot on most of your assessments. Yay. But then the official trailer came out, where well, that was amazing. Like, that was honestly so much fun to film. Did that take a long time to make and film and stuff? Yeah, a lot of energy went into that, just from even the concepting phase of thinking about, okay, well, we knew because it was AR, we wanted to mix digital and real. I mean, that's what the game is. Yeah. We wanted it to be a live action trailer, which has really not been done before. And so thinking about, what do we want the storyline to be? How do we want to incorporate the animatronics? Like, what are the little details that we want to put in there? And even how do we film it? That there was like a lot of debate about how do we show it's a mobile game, but kind of have it be this first person experience. We literally like taped a GoPro to someone's head and had them run around a house. And we were like, it's actually like what was happening. And we were in the like, the off kind of bathroom, like with an iPad watching the film and being like, no, run faster during that part, and just having them retake. Oh, cool. It was a really cool experience. And it was fun to like just put in details last minute. I think it was like at 2 a.m. when I was like, oh my God, I don't know why we don't have a pizza in the kitchen. Oh yeah, like little details. We ordered a pizza at 2 a.m. and just like put it in the kitchen and just reshot the scene. Yeah. So I think it was really cool. I think it's one of the best out of all the trailers we've got from FNAF, it's one of the best ones, and as well as the Markiplier one, which I'm going to talk about in a sec. That one was amazing as well. Did that one had
like the GoPro scenes as well in it, didn't it? As well, different scenes.
It was actually, we built the full thing first, so we actually had the full trailer from the beginning. And when we did the teaser, we just decided to kind of cut certain scenes, and we thought about that when we were kind of concepting and doing the story, so it was built to be like that. Yeah. But we thought it'd be really exciting for you to think you had seen a full trailer and then actually see like the full length. Yeah. That was awesome. How long have you been working on this game? Because I remember, I can't remember what year exactly, but Scott made a post about it a while back saying a FNAF AR game is in the works. Yes, it's been well over a year now. I think it was like late 2018 that we started.
I think it was about there, yeah.
And
has it been stressful, fun? How do you feel about it so far?
I mean, all of the above, right? Like when you're building something totally from scratch, right? Where there's not a lot of reference on there's not a lot of reference on AR games. There's not a lot of reference on like what would FNAF really be in AR. Like the only thing out there really was Pokemon Go, and I think it was very clear to me and to Scott from the beginning that it shouldn't be walking around and collecting pieces of animatronics. Like that's not what the franchise is really about. And so just, you know, the first few months were really just concepting and figuring out what that experience was that could actually make someone scared. AR is in some ways a challenging medium for horror, because you could be, you know, out in the bright daylight, you could be anywhere, and how do you actually get someone to feel scared? Whereas, you know, in the games you have so much of horror is about constraint. Like you're stuck in the security guard's office, and you can only have like, you know, a few actions. That's what makes you tense. In AR, that's just not the case. And so how do we keep that, but keep all the brand DNA?
So what did you have the idea of having it like Pokemon Go at first then? Where you go out? No.
I was very clear from, I think, the first conversation I ever had with Scott that I felt very strongly that the franchise shouldn't be like Pokemon Go, and that it shouldn't be like a tabletop AR experience, which was the other kind of big thing at the time, and that I wanted it to be this world scale, immersive nightmare come to life, where these things are actually showing up at your doorstep and, you know, interacting with you. And I think that is what Scott and I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it's a while ago, I think that was like our first real bonding moment where he was like, yes, that's what I've kind of been waiting for. I think that's how we ended up getting the title.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to read that. Most of those are my questions then from my head. Sorry guys, I'll read some more tweets out now. What's this one? I saw one that was interesting. So the compatibility of the phones. I know some people don't have like a phone to make it work with a camera. I saw a suggestion. I think I mentioned it in a video before the game came out, where maybe instead of using the camera to be in the room, you could make a, you know, I don't know how to. Let me read the tweet. Like a pre-rendered background. So instead of using like your camera, exactly. Has that came into mind at all during development?
Yes, it's definitely something that we've thought about. You know, to start out with, we are, you know, a mixed reality AR company, and so we wanted to really go full force on that and show everything we can do. And I think some of the new mechanics for some of the new animatronics coming up that I can't quite share definitely lean into that. You'll see some really cool new stuff coming up soon. But I think it's definitely, given the amount of people that have wanted to play the game and haven't been able to, and obviously we're somewhat limited by what Google and the Android ecosystem are able to give us, and you know, it's obviously a challenging, constantly changing ecosystem to work with. We may look at doing some kind of alternative. It really just boils down to us for just making sure the people who are getting the alternative experience are actually getting like the full, as complete a FNAF AR experience as we can give them. It's not like a slightly worse version of it. That's I think what we're constantly trying to balance.
Oh my god, there's so many freaking plush trap questions. Stop it. Lots of guys. Any questions about characters we will have to skip because that's top secret. Top secret. Okay.
The character roster is set for the next several months. It's something we spent a lot of time thinking about. There's so many different factors. Scott's involved heavily in that as well, and so I think it'll have to be a wait and see. Unfortunately, guys, I know that you're anxious to know.
Yeah. So you've set characters to come out for a few months. Are you confident to say, like, you've got, like, in the future it's going to be an all-year thing for content for characters, or
yeah, we have so many characters to work with, and
yes,
you know, more coming up and things like that, that I think that we'll regularly be doing kind of these content updates as well as like big feature updates and events. So we're trying to kind of mix it up.
Yeah. Oh my god, plus strap. I'm scrolling down through them now. How do you feel about the FNAF community? Like, from going from did you make any games before this? Before FNAF AR?
No, this is our first game as a
Damn,
studio.
that's impressive. Just letting you know that, like, for a first startup game. So how have you felt like going from the start to how it is now with the community, and the reaction to the game, and how it's blown up and everybody's playing it, including me?
yeah, I mean, the community is one of the like most amazing parts about FNAF, right? Like, it's the games itself, but it's really the community around it. It's a big part of what we were interested in with the title, and we've been like, I read all the Reddit posts. Basically, I've watched your videos for years. I've watched Markiplier's videos for years. I've been like, I think that part of what enabled us to, you know, hopefully build kind of the AR product that people wanted and have that brand DNA is we were fans, right? Like, the initial crew that started building this, we were a part of the FNAF community, and I think that really helped. And obviously, it's that you guys have been so supportive. I cannot thank you enough. It really, like, hearing the nice comments, hearing the words, even when there's feedback or critique, like, we are, like, I am literally reading all of those things and really taking it to heart. So we definitely appreciate the positivity and the kindness that keeps me going. But, you know, anything that you guys want fixed and stuff is definitely something that we're actively working on or considering. And so we are listening. I just love we love having that dialogue with the community, and they are just wonderful, right? Like, how invested and how involved they are.
Yeah. I mean, I go on the Reddit all the time, like, just like you, and just look at every single post. I just click and look at. Like, theories, the art that people make on there as well, and their theories. Yeah, very talented people.
Very talented and so creative. I feel like it's, you know, it's honestly kind of what I do when I get home from work, even though it sort of ends up being work half the time with, like, I think I mentioned this on Twitter, like, snap filters, and I'm actually doing something new. It's not a snap filter, guys, but just being able to mess around and do things, you know, with the franchise, because I just, independent of my job, love it, right? It's really cool. I definitely feel like I'm part of the community. Good. Even though I can't comment because it would be taken as official word. Personal opinion. Yeah.
I know what you mean. Because, like, even though I'm not with Scott, like, working with Scott, like, sometimes when I say things, people are like, right, copy and paste, put it on the Reddit. Dawko said this and this and this. So, like, they take my words as official as well, even though, guys, nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I have to be careful because I do actually know some of the lore. I do know some of what's coming, and the franchise is getting better and better. So I try to stay a little bit in the background.
Yeah, because the emails have been interesting. You've been using the emails to, but I'd say, like, baby feed. I wouldn't say you haven't gone full out like this and this and this. You've, like, baby fed some lore in the emails, like little hints about what's gonna happen. Quick question about that. Are you going to keep doing emails for the rest of the year, or is this secret, or are you going to do something different with the story in the game?
So we'll have a whole new set of emails coming at some point, so stay posted, kind of on more of the storyline and the lore. We're looking at different ways to incorporate it into the game and just other things we can do, but obviously that's something that's, honestly, it's like, you know, something I'd want to talk to Scott very deeply about and just make sure it fits into. He's sort of the mastermind of the franchise, and so we do want to be so respectful, and it's just been so wonderful working with him to understand how it fits into kind of the bigger picture here.
There's some nice ideas, by the way, but I think when I messaged you about ideas a while back, like someone's got a really good idea of like being able to like just like Pokemon Go, you can have the animatronic come out on the screen and like take pictures with them and stuff like that.
Yes.
Have you been thinking about doing that or anything? Or
yes, that's in the pipeline.
Okay, cool.
It's just a balance for us of, you know.
Yeah, it's like taking your time and just slowly bringing things in, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You know, this time next year you might have so much content, like you know, do you know what I mean? Like the thing with games that you can keep continuing with the game, if that makes sense. Instead of that's why we went with the mobile game, really. Yeah, exactly.
It lets us actually constantly, like, you know, every few weeks give you something new. That's really difficult to do on PC or console or anything like that. Yes,
exactly. I was just about to say that, because like with all the other FNAF games that we've had, the game comes out and then we get DLC in like 6 months time or something like that. And that was we got a few DLCs on the other games with FNAF AR as well. But with FNAF AR, you know, a new character every month, it keeps people going with it. And I love doing video. When a new character comes out, I'm like, yes, right, I'm gonna do a video. 12 o'clock my time, it's gonna come out. Let's go. It's really fun because each character as well has a different like tactic you have to do. Which I love the mask, but by the way, the mask with the toy animatronics is really good.
I really thought of that one.
Yeah, because it's something different. It's not just the same as, you know, they spawn and you just have to, you know, use the static and get them. It's always nice to see something different when a new like line of animatronics come out. So that's what I'm expecting, by the way. So Toy Freddy will probably be the mask.
We aim to please. Yeah, we'll see. We are definitely trying to, you know, it's just keep the creative juices flowing and come up with those new mechanics that work and kind of hit all of the things that we need them to do to make sure the audience is happy and that it's fun and scary and all of that.
Awesome.
But, new animatronics. We have a new event starting, I think, very soon, and so hopefully people will get excited for that.
Okay, cool. I don't want to ask for a date, but is it soon?
It's soon. It should be. I can't give a date, but in the next several days, hopefully you'll see something. I mean, I would say just think about the big events happening in the world, holidays, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be able to. Let me see if I can give like a quick preview, or if this is going to be like a huge. Because I'm always playing the game that it's going to be in like a month, because I'm always testing ahead of time. And so it's just but
awesome.
Let's quickly flash that.
Oh, I saw that. That was freaking cool. Okay, I know when it's coming out then.
Yeah,
I saw that.
We'll have some idea of what's going on. It'll be, I think, really, really fun. And here's a quick preview, I guess, at a hint at a totally new feature set. So not an animatronic, but a feature set.
Feature.
I couldn't super fast.
Well, Reddit.
That one's more mysterious.
That was mysterious. I don't know what that was, but Reddit will screenshot that and talk about it.
Probably yes.
Okay, well I got the first one. Second one, no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, is it something that will make people stay like with the game or anything like that?
Yeah, we're definitely looking at you know, there's always a lot of threads going on at once. We're trying to address giving you new content, giving you fun kind of seasonal events, you know, big system kind of updates to the game of like, here's a whole new kind of gameplay mode or a whole new leveling system or whatever it is, right? Like whatever makes sense at the time. We're looking at adding those big things in, or, you know, here's how we're using the map differently. There's just things over the next year that I think you're going to see get dropped in that are planned and start to be developed months ahead of time. It is a new gameplay feature system. Hopefully it will give you a reason to come back more regularly and just give you more tangible goals to hit. I think that I've already probably said too much on that, but keep your eyes peeled. The next month is going to be exciting, I think.
Awesome.
It's all exciting.
Yeah. And I'll be making videos on it, 100%.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
So, I don't know if you can say this or not, but did you contact Scott, or did Scott come to you? Like,
Scott actually ended up coming to us.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sort of very mutual in a way. Of FNAF had been on my short list of IPs that I thought would be really great for AR. I think that as a studio, we've always been incredibly, I guess we call it like thesis driven about what good AR is, what it should look like, what the experience should be. And I thought that, I think I did an interview actually with VentureBeat about this. To me, FNAF was such a perfect fit because of the jump scares, and we could really recreate that with AR. And I ended up getting in touch with someone who works with Scott. And when they realized what I did and kind of who I was, they immediately kind of put us in touch, and we started kind of chatting from there.
Awesome.
So that was luck a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
fate maybe. But
yeah, I think everybody who's gone through talks with Scott has been like lucky. Like for me, example, like a lot of other YouTubers, this game has made them like to be able to have YouTube as a job. Do you know what I mean? Without FNAF absolutely. And Scott, I don't think I'd be here right now, well, interviewing you and stuff. So it's pretty crazy to think about. It's like one man with one game has like in 6 years like changed like literally millions of people's lives, which is pretty crazy. But if you're watching,
and he's and even with that, he's just the kindest, like most kindest. Like it's just, you know, like outside of working with someone who really knows the franchise and loves the fan base and like shares all of that with you, and you know, I think that we have built a lot of trust between us over the past year of, you know, where I think the game should go and things, you know, like just working together. I think it's been a really happy partnership. And it's just on top of that to be able to work with someone who's like a good person and values aligned. And that's something that, you know, we really care about at Illumix, and he clearly also very much cares about. And so I think that that's been a huge blessing. Yeah.
Awesome. I think a lot of people have asked about this as well, about the compatibility with FNAF AR. So people are asking if the game's ever going to be out for people who don't have a compatible phone in the future. Is that something you're working on, or is it just like, no, we can't do it?
So we're looking for solutions, right? We chatted earlier about one possible solution. So we're looking into all of those options. It's something we are listening to. Again, some of this is beyond our control. Some of this is really in the hands of Google and Apple, and we are talking to them and, you know, putting as much kind of emphasis behind how important this is. But honestly, if you like the support, we have that kind of FAQ on the Illumix page. And we are trying, and we're constantly trying to expand it out. But part of this is a little bit out of our hands. And
yes,
so,
I know.
We're kind of having to roll with what comes to us in that way.
Yeah, exactly. Again, so many questions about what characters are coming.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Again with these. Oh, okay, this one's an interesting one. Again, I don't know whether you can answer it or not, but you don't have to answer it. Remember that. Don't feel pressured. So, did you ever plan, was there ever a set in stone plan of, because Freddy's got a voice now, which is awesome. And that was a huge victory. Yeah, I was so happy about that.
Yeah.
Were Chica and Bonnie ever planned in your mind to have a voice in the game?
I don't know if I can give a firm answer on that. A lot of what this comes down to is, as we're designing it, we really think about what makes the characters scary, what gives them personality, what makes them unique. And I thought that, you know, Freddy, again, I've just always wanted Freddy to have a voice.
Yeah.
And it's been, you know, it was definitely a challenge to figure out what the right voice was and, you know, get aligned on that. And it was just the most exciting thing in the world to actually be able to have him speak. Same thing, I think, with Toy Bonnie, where it felt like a character where it could be. I think part of the reason we're not necessarily going to do it for every character is I actually think like less from a personality perspective, but more from a horror perspective. I actually find Bonnie without a voice to be one of the scariest animatronics for me. Just that the audio and the ambience kind of in the background. I mean, our audio designer is just, I mean, full on a genius, right? But I think that idea of creating an atmosphere and actually silence being scary is something that we want to hold on to for some of the characters and some of the experiences. It just makes them, I think, a little bit more interesting and unique.
Exactly. Okay, here's somebody's advice, like asked for advice on like how to direct a game, any rules, and your experience directing the game and stuff like that. It's a big question.
that is a big question. I'm trying to think about it from a game perspective and not just from a company perspective. I mean, the biggest thing, right, is who you work with. Yeah, it's hands down the biggest factor. It's who you work with, how you communicate. You know, I've been incredibly lucky to have convinced some of the most brilliant kind of game engineers and designers and artists to come on board and kind of help build this vision. And so that's the credit really goes to the team. It's not a one-person show at all. I think the main thing to keep in mind, especially when you're building, you know, a bigger title, is keeping that focus on like what's the heart of the product, because it's so easy to get caught up in this feature or that feature, these little details, and kind of lose the soul and the kind of core thing of the jump scare or whatever it is for whatever game you're building. And so I think that constantly being able to pull yourself back and say, what is the point? Like, what are we trying to build here? What's the emotional experience we're trying to communicate to a player? And is that there? Is that true? And just making sure that everyone on the team is constantly looking at it with that lens, I think is the most important thing to ultimately get a successful product out the door.
Was there any, I think you've already answered this, but yeah, I think you already answered this. So how did you decide which animatronics to add? It's because it seems like you're going through a format where you've done a group together.
Yes, we are doing groups together and themes, and I can't give too much more information about that, but that's something that we think really heavily about how it fits into, you know, the game mechanics, into the larger calendar year, into the franchise. It's something we talked to Scott about. There's so many different factors that go into choosing which animatronic comes next. Awesome.
I'm really excited, by the way, because there's so many animatronics to choose from. I think that's a blessing as well, because you know, you can, there's literally hundreds of different like skins and different designs of each character. So I think it's a blessing to be able to be just like, oh, maybe let's have a look at this one and see what we can do with this one, instead of like, I mean, yeah. No, I think, are you happy about that? Like, is that a blessing for you as well? I think it would be.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Just to have the optionality. It gives you more avenues to be creative and kind of come up with the kind of arc that you want for the game. Yeah.
I have to just say thank you. Fusion just donated $500, so I have to just say thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, Fusion's been doing a lot of FNAF AR videos as well, hasn't he?
Yes.
We both love the game, by the way. Just letting you know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, like as soon as we see, like we've got me and Fusion have both got the Twitter on the bell icon, the notification. So as soon as we see a tweet, anything to do with a new character, we literally both instantly message each other the same tweet and talk about it. Yeah, we love it.
So happy.
So I'm guessing you've been busy then, this year so far.
Yes.
Very busy.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already said what's coming, so I'm really, really excited for it, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, and there's always new things coming up. I mean, I think that you will see soon. We have one of the big things I've been working on, kind of separate from maybe the pure game, but we're actually going to incorporate into the game, is we're now doing FNAF AR merch. So for all of you people who have been asking about that, that's finally something that we're able to do. So get excited. We'll kind of give more information about that later, but that's something new and exciting on the horizon as well that we'll have via the website and in-game.
Let me just get my wallet. I'll be back. Guys, you can talk with Kirin, I'm just going to get it. use all my savings up because I remember. I think when it just came out, I think I said it on the video or something that I really want AR merch. On the trailer, there was posters and stuff on the wall. I was like, right, my wall behind me needs some decoration.
Yes, no, we will. I'll send you a poster.
Yes. I'm gonna get rid of my YouTube plaque. I'm gonna take it. I don't care about that now. I'm just gonna put it straight in the middle of my wall. That'd be amazing.
Yes, no, I think it'll be good.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, this is a nice question. And what about the models of the animatronics? So did you get any of them sent to you from Scott, or did you make them from scratch?
Every single piece of art in that game is made from scratch. The models, the textures on the models, the voices, the engineer, like the UI, every single thing has been completely created in-house at Illumix.
That's crazy.
So that is a lot of effort. That is a lot of kind of, energy that goes into that. It's not, sometimes you see comments of like, oh, it's just a reskin of this. It's never that simple for those of you that do build art, and, so much of the community does. It takes a lot of effort just to get those little details and just make sure everything is just right and kind of at that quality bar. Our team does just such a phenomenal job.
The animations. Yes,
amazing.
Animations are really, really good.
Yeah, our animator is, I think, also a full-on genius. She's amazing.
Yeah. What software did you use? Did you use the same software as Scott uses? I think he uses 3ds Max or...
No. We have our own full pipeline because we have a different person doing the modeling, doing the animation, doing all of this, and so they're all using specialist tools for each part of that. So yeah, it's a very kind of goes through a lot to
like a factory line going down.
It is like a factory line with special, because otherwise you want one program that does a lot of things, whereas what we want is like a bunch of different programs to do that thing extremely well, just so that we can really make sure that quality bar is, as high as it possibly can be.
That's really cool. It's nice to know, like, behind the scenes about how you've, like, built each character. So, you can now see why it takes about a month or two for each character to come. Okay, there you go. Don't just rip the model out of another game and, like, here you go. It takes a long time to build it up. You see the quality though. Like I said, the animations, when you have them in the I don't know what you call it, you know where they are, and you put the remnant and stuff, the mods and stuff, you see them waving and stuff, like
inside the workshop.
Yeah, the workshop. I was gonna say a blue sheet? What's it? Oh my God.
Blueprint. You're thinking
a blueprint. Thank you.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you're thinking that. That was actually one of the inspirations for the look behind that was blueprint. So you're totally on track.
Good. Okay, so the presents in the top right corner, are they going to be there forever, or is that just a limited time thing?
That's those are event-based things. So typically when you see things like that, that's how you know it's an event. So we had the Christmas event, we had the Toy Bonnie event, we have an event coming up that I gave you a quick preview of. Yeah. And so that's something that will happen, for set periods of times around a live event.
Awesome. Some of the questions are very similar that you've already asked, so I can't like ask them again because it's the same question but people word it differently. But yeah, I think I've asked everybody's question. Like I said, most of them were asking about when an animatronic is going to come out and stuff like that.
I know.
But I think I've asked everything that people have asked. Oh, here's one that somebody asked. I think Scott mentioned the idea of other ways to earn Baz coins instead of purchases. Like with the gift box, you've added the gift box and you can earn Faz coins and stuff, which is awesome. Are you working on other ways to get Faz coins? So like challenges or level up stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there will be at least 2 other ways very shortly for you to earn Faz coins. We've definitely heard you on that. Like I said, we really are listening. We really do care. Like we really, you know, do appreciate, you know, the feedback, and of course, you know, the positive feedback as well. But you will very shortly see 2 totally new ways. One's based on a new feature, and one's something that we're just adding in as a permanent option so that you can kind of earn Faz coins without having to pay.
Awesome.
So we are working on it.
Awesome.
You'll see it soon.
Nice. Anybody in the YouTube chat, if you've got any questions or any donation questions, I haven't actually looked at the donations for people who have donated, if they've asked any questions actually. How did you, when Markiplier did the trailer, did he fly over to you or did he just send green screen footage over? I've always wanted to know that, if you've met him.
I have met Markiplier, yeah.
Awesome.
We did meet in person in LA and chat through things. He was one of the first, he may have been one of the first people to play an early version of FNAF AR, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he played, we showed him a bunch of the jump scares and kind of the overall vibe, and then I think he played through the Springtrap one.
I don't want to think about that.
He was like, okay, this is really cool, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like, you want to be involved. He actually gave us some feedback on how to improve parts of the game that we actually did roll in before we released the game. So it's been an absolute pleasure working with Markiplier, and yeah, filming was he filmed in his own studio.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Springtrap, was you watching the stream when I just beat him?
I did. You got very lucky.
I know.
I think that was
more
luck but I can't take it away from you. To be honest, I've never beaten Springtrap. I just don't have the reflexes for it. I don't know how everyone's doing it. I see that face and I panic every time, and I turn away when I shouldn't. And
yeah.
I can't win.
Yeah. Yeah, I got very lucky. I said in the stream earlier.
Yeah.
Because I got very lucky. So you obviously look away when he's got red eyes, and you look at him when he's got white.
Twice. That happened.
Yeah, it happened twice. Yeah, so I couldn't find him, but luckily he had red eyes, so I was fine. And he didn't switch to white eyes either, so I got very lucky. Right, I'm gonna have a look at some donations. If anybody's donated for any questions, let's have a look. I think it would be better to just do it on my my browser. Give me a sec. 2 seconds. I hate doing live stuff. It's such a pain. Like, if we were recording this, I'd be like, right, I just need to do this. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. But when everything's live, it's just added pressure to get everything like running smoothly.
Not make those little mistakes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
Worry about it.
I don't think I can read donations on. Oh wait, I can. I've got them. Nice. Have a look. Oh wait. Oh my god, guys. I've seen the donation from Scott, because Scott donated earlier, right? And he actually said a message in the donation, and I'm gonna read it now. Okay. So, hey Dawko, I said this in the comments, but I'll say it again here. I'm sorry I didn't have something ready for your stream, but if you do another one later this year, then maybe I can put something together for it. Freddy in Space Free, maybe? Who knows? Thanks for raising money for a great cause. Well, there you go. Right.
There you go.
I'm flying over to LA. I'm going to get a big setup like MatPat did. I'm going to invite everybody over. And then Scott to come back Freddy in Space Free. Sounds good. No.
I like the plan.
Thank you, Scott. I don't know. It's totally up to you if you want to make Freddy in Space Free. But if MatPat does another stream, I think you should do it for MatPat instead of me. Because MatPat is a lot bigger, and you know, he can raise loads and loads of money, and he's got a whole team as well. MatPat's got like a whole team to do a lot, and I'm just on my own, so I don't have the team to organise it all. So yeah, if MatPat does do one, I would suggest you make it for him and not me. Just saying. I'll have the pressure then of doing it all on my own, building it all up. Let's have a look at the donations, if anybody's got any questions. Here we go. People are donating for questions now when I've mentioned it, which is good. It's so hard to read donations on my phone. It's such a pain. Have a look. Again, people are asking about characters in the donations. Guys, I can't ask these. I can't. Sorry. It's top secret. I think that's it. Again, they're all just character questions, so I can't ask them, unfortunately. I'm going to try and think of any fast ones on the top of my head. Can't think of any. I've literally asked everything I can think of, so I want to get it all out of you, like literally every single question, without, like, you know, putting pressure on you to answer. I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. Have you got anything to say or anything?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. Obviously, thanks for having me, and I love that you're trying to save the koalas.
Yes.
Happy to participate.
Is there going to be a koala
animatronic?
You look great with
the koala on your head.
Thank you. It's good. I'm actually getting really hot now in the room. So in a few hours' time, you're probably just going to see like a melted koala face paint. Yeah.
Down your face.
Yeah. So I'm going to do FNAF AR after this. So I'm going to have the headset on, boiling hot headset. My headset always makes me have like a big red mark all over my forehead. Yeah, mine too. It's not nice. Hottest Dog donated 100. Thank you very much. We're almost at 13k now, which is crazy. But yeah, if you want to do another interview in the future, it would be lovely to like do another one like a year later or something, or sometime later in 2020, and see how we've gone from here to like later on in the year to see what the game's like. That would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Just obviously, you know how to reach me, so just let me know.
For a future charity stream, maybe. Also, if you ever want me to come over to the studio or anything to do anything, just let me know, because I'll pack my bags right now. Literally anything. So
no, of course. Well, let's chat. Let's see if we could do some kind of cool collab. And you're obviously, if you're ever in California, just let me know. You're completely welcome to come by and meet everyone and see what's in the works and all of that.
Awesome. Thank you. I've just got a donation called FNAF AR. Let me have a look at that. I don't know whether the team's donated or it's just like a no, a FNAF AR farm server. Does that ring a bell or anything?
No.
No? Hello and thank you so much for helping those in Australia. We at the FNAF AR server are watching and happy to send our help in any way we can. Like a Discord server or something? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell when things are official or not official. Usually we'll have the word official next to our stuff.
Oh,
so
okay.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
Well, yeah. Another thing as well. I don't know if you can answer this, but it's on my brain a little bit. I think it's on a lot of people's brains. Is Freddy Frostbear, right? So that was a skin of Freddy. Or I wouldn't even say it was a skin. It was like
It's not.
Full animatronic. You know, with the. I really liked. I think I mentioned it in my video when he was in the workshop. How you had the sound effects of the frost and stuff, and it was so cool. So that wasn't a skin. That was another brand new thing that you had to make. And
yes, because the model is actually slightly different. Let's look at his ears.
Yes,
and things like that.
And the hat.
So it's not it's not a pure skin. We'll definitely be looking at, you know, doing skins or new characters and things like that in the future. So it is, again, something we've heard and we're certainly working on, and we'll see how to kind of best incorporate that into the game.
Yeah, I mean, I know one what could work well with Easter. So
we have some ideas on some Easter skins. So well, I would love to see that rolled in personally. But if you do have, if anyone in the community has ideas on like cool versions of characters or skins or something, just definitely post about it on Reddit or whatever. We'll definitely read it and see if it aligns with kind of what we're thinking, or if it's a great new idea that we want to kind of go ahead and put into the game. We are listening. So yeah.
Awesome. I think that's it then. I'm trying to think of literally anything else. And I can't. So I think that's it.
We just stay posted in the next week or so. You'll see exciting new updates on the game, exciting new teasers, all of that. I'll probably personally post whatever I built last night. It's on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram.
Is it on Instagram now?
It's not on Instagram now. I really wanted it to be on Instagram now, but as it turns out, so I've only built Snap stuff in the past, as you guys know. And the process for getting it approved and live is actually really different, which I didn't know about until like 11 p.m. last night when I was trying to submit it. But I will post about it on my Instagram the second it's available so that people can test it. I think it's gonna be fun. I'll just keep
what's your Instagram?
We'll just post a lot of stuff for you.
Is it your Instagram
or
my
full name? Okay. It'll be on mine because it's just personal stuff that I'm building.
Okay.
Like the Snap ones. Although I think I moved that over to the official account. We'll see if we can move it over. I'm gonna Facebook's a little trickier because if it's official, it counts as promotion and not like just.
Oh right, yeah.
And so it's just it's challenging. The
Snapchat filters you did were really good, though. By the way, did you make those?
Yeah, the first ones. I think that actually the community found us out through that.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. I mean, it's cool that it got leaked and people kind of pieced it together. That was another fun moment in the office, but yeah, I really felt like, I mean, obviously I love AR, right? Like we get to build the kind of external facing AR in the game. And I just think doing the kind of selfie AR just as a side stuff with the franchise is just a really fun opportunity. So I just like messing around with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's it though. We're done. I always hate this bit because you have to say bye and it's sad. So
until next time, Dawko.
Yes. Are you doing anything today? Are you said you might be going back to work or?
Probably the office a little bit later, but I'll have some
on the weekend. Have you not had a break yet?
Not really, because if you think about when we have holidays, right? Those are actually when we're doing releases.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So like Christmas and like those are not really breaks for me anymore. But that's just how it goes. I love what I do, so it doesn't make it as painful, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. Same with me. Like with YouTube, you just have to keep working.
Yeah, you don't get breaks either. Yeah.
If you love it, then nothing wrong about it, is there? So.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it because I know I asked you like. I didn't really ask like months ago. I think it was literally like last week I asked. Because this was like a because I wasn't planning to do a charity stream until like April in summer or around summer.
Right.
But what's happened in Australia, I was like, I need to do one now. Let's just get it done now and try and raise some money. So I really do appreciate you coming on with not being that planned. We've literally only had a week to organise it all, so I really do appreciate you coming on, and it's been really nice, honestly, and hopefully some of your questions have been answered, guys, as well, and you're excited. I'm gonna obviously do videos on it anyway, whatever happens, but I am honestly really excited. I know Fusion is excited as well. I was speaking to him a few days ago about it, so yeah.
That's great.
I wish you all the best with it all, though. Don't get too stressed.
I won't. Right back at you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh well, I'm obviously. I have to. Well, I mean, I'm going to be playing it, so I'm going to be stressed out. Springtrap. Yeah. Springtrap gave me PTSD for like a week trying to beat him. So.
Yeah, he was definitely the hardest.
Yeah. But thank you so much, and have a good day. Appreciate it. See you later. Bye-bye. Aww, that was awesome. Make sure you follow Kirin, guys, please. her Twitter is on my Twitter. I'm going to type it now. That was the CEO of Illumix, guys. The company who made FNAF AR. And she was absolutely amazing. I'm going to put... I should have really... Usually with interviews, guys, I put the name below the camera and I forgot to do it. And I bet she hates me now. I'm so sorry if you're still watching. I swear I usually do it and I forgot because I'm an idiot. But yeah, make sure you follow her on Twitter, guys, and Instagram. I'm going to put a name on here now. It's the same as a Twitter, guys. I'm going to put the @ as well. You see that? Where is it? Guys, follow her on Twitter now. Do it! And say how much you love her and give her a massive thank you from me. Just give her some support because she's worked so hard on FNAF AR and, you know, she deserves some support. So go ahead, do it now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for being so patient as well for the interview. I have been reading the chat. It's just really hard to read while doing an interview because I saw donations come in and so, like I couldn't read them all while doing an interview. So yeah, thank you, Kirin. If you're still watching, I love you. I appreciate you coming on. Anyway, I'm back now.